for you of the crowd was on you pretty good. You struggled a little in the first half. You had the ankle, and to have the game you had, and then the win that you guys had. Can you just speak to that?
Yeah, again, their fans were fantastic, and actually ours were really great as well. And obviously, I'm gonna get a little slack from Indiana and went out of state, so that's that. But I mean, honestly, you know, I've told you guys I don't really believe in slumps, and that I always feel in rhythm when my guys are trying to find me. And you know, the two at the end did a great job screening, and obviously Ty, Kihei, Dre, they all were looking for me, even though I, you know, struggled in the past few games. So, you know, all the credit goes to them.
Okay. Right side, center aisle.
Hey, Mamadi, can you kind of take us through that last shot? Right over here.
Okay.
Yeah. Can you kind of take us through that last shot at the end of regulation at the buzzer and kind of how it all transpired? And what was going through your mind at the time, too, when you let the shot go?
I don't know. It happened that I was the person who was designed to take it, and I don't know. I took it and it went in. I was happy and ready for the next 5 minutes. I don't know how to talk about it. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, bro.
I don't know what to talk about. I don't know. Like, it's just,
What you feeling?
Okay, next question is left side, back row.
Guys, this is obviously a huge moment for you, but what does it mean to you guys to be the team that gets that guy to the Final Four?
Kyle first, then Ty.
Yeah, I've said in previous interviews this week that, you know, that most of the credit goes to the guys who aren't here anymore, and to Jack's class. They did all the work and built the foundation, and you know, we were lucky enough to walk into a great program with the best coach in the country. So, you know, to finally get the critics off his back means a lot, and going to a Final Four.
Yeah, what Kyle said about the guys that came before us is 100% correct. They built a foundation. They built an amazing foundation. You know, you think of all the guys that came before us and just the teams that were so close and, you know, showed you just how difficult it is to get to the Final Four. And how many times Coach Bennett's been a 1 seed or a 2 seed and has so much regular season success, and to be the team that gets him to the Final Four, I think that's what means the most, because, you know, he's believed in every single one of us. He has our best interest at heart on and off the court, and he's a great person. And to finally quiet the critics feels great.
I'll say the same thing, but I'm gonna add the fact that coach he's an amazing coach. He kept working on the same things again and again. You know, although he was losing and coming back the following year, and probably not having the same success, but he kept doing the same thing again and again. And today, right now, it's paying off.
Yeah, I mean, he's a great coach and a great person and deserves to be in the Final Four.
I like that, you know.
Okay, next question is in the back row on the right side.
Yeah, Kip Coons for Pressbox View and South Boston News and Record. Ty, did you intentionally miss that last free throw, and did you at all flash back 2 years ago in this building when you did the same exact thing?
I made the first on purpose. Yeah.
That was a good one.
And then I don't know, there was so much going through my mind, and I didn't really miss it on purpose. I short-armed it though, and Mommy did a great job tipping it, and Kihei made the play of the century by finding Mamadi and Mamadi being ready to shoot. You know. Actually, yeah. Let me add. He looked me off first, or looked Kyle off first, then looked me off. And then when I saw, then he got to the Mamadi over here, and he made a great play.
Thank you.
Two questions.
Ty over here. Considering that you did miss that second free throw on purpose, what are you thinking when the ball gets tipped over your head and it's basically at your own three-point line and the clock is just like running away there?
I wasn't thinking. I was just screaming for the ball. I was just screaming at Kie. I said a lot of words, and I was clapping my hands really fast.
Okay, stay on the left side here.
Yeah, for all the players, when you guys were up 5 seconds left and Purdue was bringing the ball down, were you guys looking to foul either Carson or anyone to keep them from getting a 3 up?
When I left the huddle, we were supposed to foul after. Like if someone got it running towards their own baseline, we were going to wait a second and then foul. And Kihei said he tried to foul. And while he was doing that, I kind of let Klein go because I thought we were fouling. So if that pass would have been completed, then, we might be in a different situation right now. But sometimes the ball bounces our way, and, it was a great effort.
We had two on the right side, I believe, front row and then second row.
Yeah, Kyle, you've been very public in sort of owning how last year ended. When the buzzer sounded today, you sort of took a moment to yourself at center court. What were you thinking in that moment?
Yeah, I was definitely flashing back to when I was on my knees last year, and I did it again, and I was just, just overflowing with joy. So happy for my teammates and my coaches and for myself to be able to, break through in the way that we did this year. And, not only did we silence his critics, we silenced our own. So that's, and we're just so grateful for our fans that traveled and have always believed in us.
Front row.
Yeah, Kyle, you took that fall at the end of the first half right in front of the media and looked like you're in a lot of pain. What was going through your head at that point?
Yeah, I stepped on someone's foot, I don't know, and I heard it pop, so that's kind of mostly why I was, rolling around like I was, because I was really scared. But I thought what was best for me was to get up and, let everybody know I was fine and let Ethan, our trainer, assess it. So.
Time for one more. It's on the left side here, center aisle.
Thank you. Kyle and Ty both, could you just speak to the game Carson Edwards had? And is that, obviously not the thing you'll remember most from today, but what stands out about his play?
If nobody asked that, I was going to ask to add something and just speak on to what he did tonight, because that was the best performance I've ever seen. That was the best performance I've ever played against. I don't know, because Kihei and Dre are both great on-ball defenders, and he just hit everything, going to the basket, step-back threes. Unbelievable. I told him after the game that he's a hell of a player.
Yeah, he pretty much nailed it, but, I told him after the game that I had a lot of respect for him and that he's a bad dude. And he's nothing to hang his hat on. He, again, a performance for the ages by him and by both teams. So, yeah, I've never witnessed anything like that, and I figured the question was going to come up eventually. So
he made me rip my play card in half when he hit that shot off the glass. I took it out and he ripped it in half. It was that good.
It was his night, and, he played fantastic.
Guys, thanks for your time and congratulations.
Thank you.
Good job, guys.